Hello everybody, my name is Jacob and I'm here to share a Lego MOC with you that I just got involved with and just had a fantastic time with. It involves Lego 40775, the Mini Knight Castle. This was a gift with purchase through Lego, which at first didn't really interest me because I thought it was just bricks. And then I got it and I really enjoyed the detail and the nostalgia. The little minifigures fought over it like it was an inflatable castle. It was just a lot of fun. And then Magisto came back around and he helped build it into a much bigger one that uses 12 copies. And I chose 12 because I wanted 12 of those little rooftop pieces for what I envisioned. And from there, just determined the scale of everything, and it just sort of built itself, and it's just, can't wait to share it with you. I'm gonna start with some of the minifigures. And this here is our main minifigure. Mixes the vintage with the new Beastmaster torso and arms, and he's got a slingshot for his master aim through all the defenses of the castle. And while making the castle, a new friend was discovered. Magically, I was just working on it, and there became Shadow Blaze. Modeling after the 3-in-1 castle parts, it makes a wonderful castle. You just have to find a few extra parts to make complete, or find a different way to do it. I really enjoy these guys, actually. I could make a couple more. A little difference, added a high back saddle, I like that. And with that came his cart. And it's a little prison cart, and that's going to be pretty appropriate for this castle here. And if you don't like brick built horses, I thought this vintage one was going to work perfectly for what this model is. And of course, there is an opening and another little briquette here. Maybe his would-be girlfriend. Still kind of working it out. Not too many other people in the land, but still type independent. Really like the skirt piece, and could definitely get a couple more of them. Well, let's go to the entrance of the castle. And in true Monty Python fashion, there's a shrubbery at the front entrance. And I did add some parts to the castle. And in this case, while I was working on it, my mom gave me this set here, and I just thought it was gonna work well with the colors to bring it some popping to it. And the entrance starts out with a spiral staircase, which you have to choose which side to go across. And I started the staircase sort of last, thinking I didn't have enough pieces to make anything good, but then it just sort of came together again to something I really liked. And then here's the entrance. And the full view of the castle. I'm calling this one the Huntsman Castle, sort of modeled after the old black castle, which I had as a kid and was awesome. And this is my new version of it. Here's the side view. See, it's a little different on this side. That's what I envisioned. There's a little bird. And up here, got some compadres. Hello, we are the knights who say Legos. I got another character. I'm gonna call this guy maybe Blonde Stash. I got some other characters around. And here's my brick-built tree that came with the model. Not too sure about the place, but it's kind of the best place for it. And as you'll probably imagine, there's going to be some surprises on the inside. Let's get a view of the back first. Here's the corner window and corner tower. Got a diverse ecosystem of snails. I'm sure that's what keeps the birds alive. And got the emergency stairwalk to the spiral staircase. And a little town square center area. And the back of the gatehouse, which the gate does work, but it's just a little stuck. So I don't know if I would get it free or not. And because it's the Huntsman Castle, it's gonna have the antler stags all throughout the castle. And inside here is the controls to the gatehouse and some murder holes, a couple of antlers. Yeah, I like castles that everything stays together, so it can't just have like a removable roof. And one of the side builds here, we have out of some ruins the gatehouse, where we have the war goat who helped win over this castle. That's kind of a story for another time. And on this side is the stone around the sword and some would-be adventurers who are looking to always find magical items for their next challenge. And over to this side, we sort of skipped over the well house and sort of a Brictarian entrance. And you'll see that this whole model uses, about as many parts as Rivendell, but fits into a square about the size of the original. And there's the old relic down near the ruins. And let's start talking about what's on the inside. I think you can take a guess by what shows there. We have in the dungeon. A happy little guy over there. Now that inside there, that cell, I don't think I'll ever get a figure in or out. And you'll see some other parts here. These are from the Harry Potter poly bag thing that just came out. I had to have that for the sword. And I just thought the pieces would make a fantastic interior, so I did use them as well. Now let's talk about the Great Room, which starts with the pantry and storage area for all the bricknacks. And on this side, you can see down here, we've got full interior. We've got a warthog, and I'm going to turn it sideways. A deer antler there hanging on the wall, and a dragon on the back wall. Now that dragon is not a real dragon. They took out, it's a brick one they built. They tell stories to all their visitors to fool them. And you can see him from this side. There's also a nice, fireplace and kind of library-ish area in that corner. And I'm also going to try and show you something with the ceiling. There's a vaulted ceiling in there, so the details are complete throughout. Sorry about that. Sorry about my general lack of ability to edit and make videos. I made so many other versions and it didn't do that. All right. Now, talk about making it. I made it sort of upside down in reverse. I started with the roof and then built through the sides. That way, I could kind of scale out how everything was going to go, and then started with the top part and, figured out from there that I needed a bigger square at the bottom. So I made that and then just sort of built up and added all the parts together. One thing is, though, the tower is not really connected to much because of all the side buildings. It's just impossible Lego variations. And then, this is all side. This was a really tricky build here because it was all side built and using studs on the sides going that direction. And it's really only held together when I started building the back of it. And yeah, so, this model really just represents my inner child trying to be healed and build some of the things I always wanted to as a kid. And now Lego is making some great pieces and parts, and I hope they come out with a lot more. But since they haven't been, that's sort of what inspired this, is just the phenomenal parts that were in the set and also having nothing else to really go with. And let's talk about the leftover parts. I've got some over here. So for about 7,000 pieces for the 12 models, plus the extras. What's left is, maybe a couple hundred smooth tiles and another couple hundred odds and bits and some snot bricks. Those are always nice to have. And some detail bricks, which still, there's a lot here that could be made into something maybe, but I think I did enough out of it. And just going back to the model again. Yeah. I ended up taking like a whole week's vacation off for it. I started it and it was like halfway through and just realizing, I just wanted to finish it. So I just ended up taking like a week off and I was working on it most of that time. It was fun. And I wish I could talk to you all day about Lego, but I know you have things to do and other videos to watch. So thank you for checking out this. I built it for you as much as me, just so you could see what can be done with Lego and inspire other builds. This is a great set for parts, even if you just want to mix them in with other bricks. And let's talk about one last thing which inspired it all, and that's the State of the Line Knights Castle. All right, because as soon as they find out about that one, they're gonna want to go after it. But first, they gotta probably fix their own, which I started just a while ago, but got distracted through some home renovations due to some flooding, and here's sort of the state of it. Needs a lot of work, and I might add in my extra copy of this set just to add into that as well. And if it's not the Lion Knights they gotta worry about, it's gonna be the Black Drawn, because those Blacktons, they want all the black parts. So thanks again for watching. Hope you all had a great time. Bye.